Right now, Kiwikaki looking so good. Look at that. A robotics bay going up. He's going to rush right to Colossus, getting some observers because guess what? Scouting's really cool. He's leaving one sentry at home.
Look at that.
Or rather, at the home of...
This sentry can do 2 more force fields by time. Kiwikaki is getting so far ahead. He returns back home just in case, the medevac timing, does go against him. As the first 2 medevacs come out, Kiwikaki's already ready. He's getting in defensive position. I got to say, I am blown away by Kiwikaki's performance here, Artosis.
Kiwikaki is playing like a monster, Tasteless. I just love the fact that he's rushing straight into Colossus, something that he does quite often, but especially as a follow-up to this. Because right now, the only thing MMA has going for him is he's made a lot of units. You know, he doesn't have a super great economy yet. He is behind supply-wise by 13 supply, as we see. 73 against 85 at the moment. A forge going up for Kiwikaki, has all his gases. He's looking so strong, and there's that Zealot.
There's that Zealot. He's back as an immortal. You know.
He's like, wait, you're going to go Robotech? And then he just runs into the bullets, Tasteless, because without charge, Zealot's not quite as useful.
Now, look here. And I have something else to point out after this. Medevac drop, but Stalkers are ready. He turns around, well played. By the way, hidden expansion over here. MMA knows he's behind. He's going to have to take a risk and try to get ahead another way.
Well, that is very smart, Tasteless. When you are very far behind, sneak expansions are a good strategy. All inning, not going to work in this case. Kiwikaki way too smart for it, way too good. Look at all those sentries. No way you're getting up that ramp.
No way.
Especially with that Immortal holding tight, trying to get some revenge on the Marauders Marines that killed him before.
That's a painful death, Artosis. You know those nightmares you have? What people have where you're trying to run away from something but you can't get away from it?
Because a Marauder is
shooting at you.
Yeah,
you know,
man,
you're like, you feel like you're moving to somebody like,
it's terrible. Luckily I'm not an armored unit or it would just kill me, man.
No, yeah, lucky for you. You're light.
I don't wear my armored to bed.
No.
When I'm asleep, man, I'm a light unit.
That's well said, Artosis. I am weak to explosive damage. Now here we have another medevac drop. Terran may push out here unless he's just probing the map with these units.
You know, I'm so scared about these medevac drops. Kiwikaki has even put 2 cannons. Look at those 2 cannons. Look at those. Look at that. So see them? Right there.
Right there. Right there.
Yep.
Look at that.
Now that is amazing drop defense. That will stall out any drops for a very long time. But MMA being smart, going way over to the side.
He might go over here.
He very well may. But you have to be careful. If there's a lot of Stalkers around, he can snipe the medevac, and then things are going to look very, very bad.
Look, there's a shark in the water. The Zerg should infest it so they can have a water unit. All right, over here we have the medevacs coming in. Get ready.
Here we go. One drop on the low, one on the high. One at the low is starting to take out some probes. Plenty of units down here to stop it. Does kill about 4 or 5 probes. Meanwhile, these units up here running out, taking out that pylon, but they're probably going to want to get out very soon because as these Stalkers come over, that medevac may fall. And no, he does
manage to escape. MMA, very nice handling. Kiwikaki a little bit late on transferring his probes back. By the way, we have this expansion up. Mules are landing there.
You know, MMA actually did a pretty decent job with that. Didn't really lose anything. Killed a few probes. In fact, right now, the worker count very even. 56 probes to 56 SCVs.
A considerable number of Vikings here as well. That's going to make it pretty tough for the Colossus to deal with. Now, here's my take on this. On the very far left side of our screen here, he can use these 2 medevacs to keep Protoss from leaving his base. This will allow Terran to probably take this expansion here. However, Kiwikaki's taking this region. Protoss doesn't know that these medevacs are now moving southbound and heading towards this base.
That is a risky expansion.
That is, I don't understand Kiwikaki's mindset with taking that expansion.
You know, it feels like he can just safely take something, anything he wants, but it looks like he's going to perhaps force a huge cancel here.
Now he knows, he sees it, and he moves in, destroying this expansion. This will have to be canceled. And
Kiwikaki cannot be happy with that.
No, and I think you can see Impulse is starting to play a role here. I'll show you guys once this goes late. As you can see, he's moving out over here, heading out towards the map. There are a considerable number of Vikings. A lot of this is going to depend on if the Stalkers can actually shoot down the Vikings before the Vikings over here can shoot down the Colossi.
Well, there are 9 Vikings out, Tasteless, but there are 4 Colossi. Here we go. The Vikings, beautiful. Take one out before it does any damage.
But the raw strength of the Protoss' ground army may be pretty difficult to deal with. Why is he not protecting the Colossus?
No! Kiwikaki making a huge blunder there. And he has got to be so careful. He does have a lot of force fields. But a nice spread for MMA. The force fields go up so he can, in fact, retreat.
Oh my God, the angle from Kiwikaki.
Oh, no, Tasteless. Kiwikaki's in a lot of trouble
This
here.
is such a blunder. And you can see he does 2 more force fields to ensure that he can actually get away safely. Meanwhile, we got a drop over here to cut off reinforcements. Speaking of the Colossus.
Not something you see every day. MMA all over the map, showing those skills that Slayers boxer saw in him to make him take him over to the Slayers StarCraft 2 team.
Well, here's the problem. By the way, during that drop, these probes got moved around. This game has seesawed so quickly.
Yes, it has. You know, just moments ago, Kiwikaki was in the lead, but suddenly MMA has pulled far ahead. Losing all those Colossus for no damage, Tasteless, it is not something that is going to win you a game.
All right, here we see Kiwikaki trying to turn this game back around. He had such a lead here. MMA moving out now. He's going to plant turrets here. That's to make it even more difficult for the Colossus to move around the map since Kiwikaki did go for a Robotech build. This game, a game that started out with such a clean start, such a easygoing early game here for Kiwikaki. MMA has turned that around. This is a very rare thing to see players at this level. Normally somebody gets slightly ahead, and they just get more ahead and win.
That's what you want to do, Tasteless. But Kiwikaki took some risks. It's, you know, the most interesting part about that, Tasteless, is he made that expansion, that hidden expansion, the bottom left, and after he canceled, he just decided to attack.
You know what I'm under the impression of is he knows that this expansion is up here. I think he wants to wait until the Nexus finishes, run in there and kill it, because that would probably end the game.
Hey, you know what else? He's actually quickly becoming max. He's at 182 supply against the 140 of Kiwikaki. And once he maxes, I mean, that's going to be the best time to attack.
He's got to be careful. This is a tight little area to engage in. Whoever moves in first, the offender, tends not to be the favorite in this situation. But using this area over here, he can take out these Vikings.
Sick EMPs going off, Tasteless.
Beautiful.
And it looks like MMA going to easily clean this up.
And that's it. GG. Oh my God, that was unbelievable. Artosis, what a treat.
Oh my. Kiwikaki, I have to say, Tasteless, he dropped the ball a little bit there, you know?
Yeah.
He did a great job in the early game. He totally outplayed MMA right off the bat. You know, he killed a lot of Marines, he killed a lot of SCVs, kept him up his ramp a long time, but then he kind of decided to expand far away, kind of a random sneaky expansion.
I don't understand the location.
He was going to warp in like 2 cannons
expansion
in the front of the Nexus.
Well, you know, here's
not my favorite move.
A thing people have to keep in mind is when you're that ahead, you don't need to take a risk. There's no point in hiding an expansion because, you know, taking risks can result in, you know, in bad things happening essentially. So he did that. He was basically punished for it. And from there, if you notice, Kiwikaki sort of just moved forward. He just said, all right, well, I was already ahead. Maybe I can do some damage. MMA moved back, got into defensive mode, and handled it very well. We're going to have a very, very short commercial break. Again, we do apologize for some of the delays here earlier at MLG. It was, I don't think it's going to be happening too much more. So we're going to have a quick little 30-minute commercial, and we'll be back soon.